think we're streaming. See my. Great. Terrific. Well, welcome everybody. It's another Friday night workshop. I'm really happy. I just came. I'm in my like little basement, and I was like, oh, it's Friday night! Yay! And so I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's coming up and where we are and stuff like that. And then we'll start. This is the Friday night workshops that we took over from The Believer. It's almost been half a year now. No, it's been more than half a year by a long shot, actually. And we are the Sequential Artists Workshop. You can find us at learn.sawcomics.org. We're a 501c3 nonprofit. We have lots of online courses and other things, big community. Our next event or courses and things like that, next Friday in this spot will be Jet Allen doing movies as a memoir. That's the Friday night workshop next week. We're really going to be telling you a lot about the year-long certificate program, which starts in September. We're going to start sort of pushing that on you. And, oops, sorry. And in-person program in Gainesville, Florida in July. I hope some of you can make it, July 25th to 29th. That's coming up soon, actually. That's super exciting. At the Sequential Artists Workshop, we have 3 tiers of excuse me, of membership tiers. There's the free tier. You've got lots of free resources, community, and events like this one, the Soft Flow and Publish, where we're publishing anthologies. We have community mentors and exercises and a lot more events that are exclusive to that tier. And then also the 3rd tier option is just this great big grab bag of cool things, and it's sort of tailored to where you're at. Lots of free courses come with some of the upper tiers. These are some courses I can tell you about some other day. share on social media. Friday Night Comics is the hashtag we use, and there's always, like, as soon as we hang up on these things, there's some postings right away, and I'm really happy to see them. You can tag us at Comics Workshop, and I hope Sarah will chime in, and if not, I'll dig that out because I know it's there, but with her @ symbol, what's that called, handle, I still don't know what that thing's called. Anyway, you can also join us at members.sawcomics.org and share anything there. There's lots of room for you and lots of people sharing and helping each other out there. What does this say? We survive on tuitions and donations, and there's some ways you can support us. You can also support us by donating during signups for the Friday night workshops. It really helps us out. Thank you. And we say, please, no inappropriate speech or imagery. We assume people know what that looks like. So we don't go into too much detail. We haven't had to yet. Anyway, enjoy. Thanks so much for being here. I'm going to pass it off. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Definitely in the chat, tell us where you're coming from. And I'll be in the chat a lot, sort of summarizing what Sarah's speaking about, and telling you a little bit more about the school, but I might blink out and close my audio. All right, Sarah, are you ready? I'm going to spotlight you if so. And you have the controls, your co-host, so you can share your screen. You can also spotlight your phone if you like, and I can handle that too. All you got to do is shout. I'll be right here.
Cool.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm excited. All right.
Thank you for having me. And thank you everyone who came. This is exciting. My name is Sarah Maloney. We're going to do abstract comics tonight, which I'm excited about. I use they, she pronouns, and I'm in San Francisco right now. All right, so let me share my screen. Oops, sorry about that. There we go. All right, so I wasn't sure when we would get started, so I had a little warm-up doodle. We don't need to do it for 5 minutes, but maybe we'll do 2 or 3 of these. And they're just called like one-liners where you don't take your pencil off the page. And I'd like you to look at an object or a photo or someone in the room around you and just try to draw it without looking at the paper. So I'm going to set the timer. And then choose your object. All right, ready, set, go. All right, pause. I forgot to tell you that's 30 seconds, but this is a pen that I drew. And I just want us to get a little loose before we get into the workshop. So let's do one more. I'm gonna draw a picture of Frida that I have in front of me. All right, so another 30 seconds. Ready, choose something else. Ready, set, go. All right, and that's time again. Here's my, you can share yours just real quick. This is my Frida. Yeah, I just wanted us to get loose. I feel like abstract comics, you just want to like feel out the lines. I know that's not very descriptive. Okay, you can keep doing those while I talk if you feel like it. I'm going to reiterate what Tom said. Just thank you for being here. Thank you, Saw. I'm really excited. I love going to these workshops, and I'm excited to be putting one on now with you all. A little bit about me. I'm a queer visual artist, storyteller, educator. My work and some comics have appeared in The Believer, The Rumpus, and The Stranger. And I've self-published a lot. That's what I really love, and like printing comics myself on the risograph or just like a photocopier. And I also work, I'm part of the art crew at Silver Sprocket and Push Pull. Those are two like underground sort of indie comic shops. Silver Sprocket is also a publisher. And if you want to look at more of my work, or maybe you want to support my and buy a comic, you can find me at Instagram, Maloney Doodles, or maloneydoodles.com. All right, that's enough about me. Let's get to the comics. So the next few comics are abstract ones I've made, and I just want to like show some examples, and then we'll get into the prompt. A lot of times the structure that works for me with abstract is I feel like I think of it as a sequence of events or a sequence of feelings. And sometimes it's really abstract and like, I know exactly what this is about, but probably someone reading it doesn't. But I hope it like evokes some kind of emotion from people, and then you can talk about it. Another kind of like abstract comic I see is sort of the same, where it's a sequence of change. And I sort of take two things that are known, like your body and like vines, and I like combine them. That's just one way I like to do abstract comics. And it can be fun to sort of see what something morphs into. Another one, the way I see it as a structure, is sort of like a gag comic or a joke with a punchline, where you have a sequence happening that is just sort of a standard narrative, right? Two people see each other, and then the last part is sort of the reveal. And that can be the part that suddenly abstracts something you thought was familiar. So like, there's so many ways to do things, right? But these are just, I sort of see, this is how I do abstract comics. I think of them as a sequence, and usually do them about what's been on my mind lately or what I've been feeling. All right. So now we'll move into the portion of you are making comics together. So please get out a pencil or pen and paper. and draw a 4-panel grid. It doesn't have to be 4 squares. It's whatever comes out of your pen. All right, and then what I want us to make today is sort of like a transformation abstract comic, which you can see in the promo I made, where I took a pencil, like this really sort of boring common object that we see every day. And then I slowly, the sequence happens where you slowly change it and transform it into something else. Sometimes I know where I'm going. This one I didn't know, but then when I finished it, I was like, oh, it's sort of like you have an idea and you try to make it, and then all of a sudden your brain gets all twisted and you don't know where you're going or how you got there. So it's sort of like an abstract comic on creating and confusion. But yeah, I want to use this format tonight. And I'll talk you through it, and I'll draw with you all these panels. But just so you know what's coming, I broke it down this way. Panel 1 is draw an object you see or use every day. I sort of chose one that I love. I love drawing, so I chose a pencil for the promo. And then the next panel is draw that object again, but like as an outline, and play with the lines and shapes, like sort of draw this representation of it. And these are just loose, like you can also just make a whatever comic you want. And then the third one, look at panel 2 for reference, where it has started to get abstract, and just sort of see, what do you see? Like, are there patterns happening? How can you transform the image or connect the lines in a different way? Just like seeing it more as shapes than the pencil. And then the last one is, before you draw it, sort of think about, how does this object make you feel? Or what have you been thinking about as you've been drawing this sort of mundane thing? How does it relate to you? And like, if you can, sort of like have a nice ending, what happens next in the sequence. Yeah. So I know this is a little abstract, but we're drawing abstract comics. So please just have fun. And I'm excited to see what you make. I'm going to switch on my my other camera. Let's see here. If Tom could spotlight me, I'll stop sharing.
Sure.
Thank you.
I can pull that up. Yep.
Yeah.
Just got to find it in the grid. There we go. You're already drawing. How cool.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
I have to like wrap my arm around the my stand. All right. And I'm going to do a time check. Cool. We have doing great. So you all might be ahead of me. I haven't drawn my 4 panels yet. Do that now. Gives you all a little time to think about that object. Yeah. As you can see, I do not draw perfect squares. Never have.
On graph paper, I see.
Oh yeah, I like to. Sometimes that helps. Yeah. All right, so first one, draw an object. Let's give ourselves, I think, like 5 minutes. Yeah, take your time. I'll stop talking.
Loosening up exercise was really good. It made me not be precious about drawing this object.
Ooh, that was my evil plan. Yeah, I'm nervous. I've never drawn in front of this many people. It's okay.
We're just squares on a screen.
No, you're so much more than that. Yeah, me too. as I'm drawing, I sort of start to notice like what kind of shapes this object has and try to think about, ooh, how can I change it for the next image? Feel free to add words too. I know I didn't talk about that. All right, you have about another minute. You can wrap up the first panel. So the second panel, you're going to draw the object again, but different. I recommend, if you want some more direction, like draw it as an outline and play with the lines and shapes, start to take away the details, but think about what is the representational shape of this. When you're ready, you can start to draw panel 2. I'll give us another 5 minutes or so. And just go for it. Trust yourself. Sometimes doing abstract comics, I start with what I am really excited about and I draw it and then I get frustrated, but I often will come back to an image or all of them and make something of it. So even if you're not satisfied with this image, this comic, you might like one part of it and make something of it.
You mean you'll come back to it later at a later date or time, or you mean later in the sequence?
Oh, so, yeah, late. Thank you. Later, another day, and just take one thing I like from it and then do a different drawing or a different comic. All right, got another minute for panel 2. I'll start talking about the next panel number 3. So you're going to look at the one we just did, panel 2, for reference, and ask yourself, like, what do you see? What kind of image is coming out? How can you transform this? How can you have fun with it? I have sort of I drew a light bulb in panel 1, and then panel 2, I did like a thick outline of it. Sort of looks like maybe a face to me, or some kind of monster, or like a cactus. I like the idea of a cactus because I like plants, but also what I could foresee happening is a nice transformation of some technology into something organic. So yeah, sort of like talk it out with yourself. If nothing really comes to mind, what you could also do is start just filling in the space with a texture. You know, if I could take this image, draw it again, do a texture in the background. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna go with the sort of try to make it look more organic. Yeah, so, and also type in any questions or shout out or any ideas. Happy to talk. Yeah. It's another 5 minutes for panel 3. Yes, definitely add words. Add whatever. Yeah. You can also go off on your own prompt. That's encouraged. I just like these pointy shapes that I see in the drawing, so why not? I'm gonna add those, more of those. We'll see what happens. Let's see, since I sort of said I might want to do a cactus, maybe I can turn these squigglies into some kind of root. I like that. All right, keep working on the third panel and then start thinking about the very last one. It's like, how do you feel about this object that you first drew? How has it sort of transformed through the pages or panels, sorry. What do you sort of foresee happening next? You can just draw like the final transformation if that makes sense to you, or maybe it's just a way you'd like it to sort of come together. You could always have it sort of be coming back into itself. Or maybe you just drew some really weird, cool art and it means something to you. Yeah, and always ask questions. We'll draw for another 5 or 10 more minutes, and then I think we'll share. That sounds good. You can also, now that you sort of know where the sequence is going, you can go back and make changes, right, to some other panels, just if you're like, oh, this makes more sense now. Yeah. I hope you all are having fun.
I like doing these as slowly as you're having us do them. Usually, I've done abstract comics in the past, but I usually whip through them, like
Yeah.
as I'm trying to quote, be inspired, by the moment or something. But I like that you're having us think it through a little more, consider what it might be turning into, and looking at it in a certain kind of way in order to carry us into the next panel.
Oh,
Cool.
thank you. Yeah. I am drawing some really weird panels, but feels good. I like it.
Erica is mixing abstract and realistic by accident.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait to see. If I timed it right, I think we've done about 5 minutes for each panel. But I'm gonna give you all some time to like either just take a break or add some little finishing touches or just keep doodling on the margins because that's always fun.
That's what I wound up doing, is I wound up adding lots of just textures into the negative space, since you mentioned texture.
Ooh, cool.
We've got some people in the chat saying theirs is turning out more surreal than abstract, which makes me wonder what the exact difference is. But I think the difference is probably is that it's a morphing of reality, right? Or what do I want to say? Sort of distortion of reality might be. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Dali Land, Erica says. Got it.
Oh, you had time to go to Dollyland. That's cool.
As opposed to Dollywood.
Yeah.
You added text. You made
Yeah.
this-
I decided to make it more indecipherable, and I wrote, "It wasn't a good idea." Don't know what it means.
Yeah, it's a good joke.
All right, I think we can wrap up. And do I pass it on to you for the sharing portion of the night?
Sure. How it tends to work is actually, Sarah, one thing you can do is find in your reactions, find your Zoom hand. I'll find mine too.
Mhm.
Raise it, and that way you and I sort of stay up front towards the top of the grid. There we go. And then we'll have other people who want to share can raise their hands, their Zoom hands, anybody who would like to do that. Those of you who are on a certain kind of computer or can't do that, just find me in the chat and we'll figure it out. And yeah, Sarah, I'll keep an ongoing list of who wants to show, and we'll do it. We'll start with Jean, and then Allison, and then Chris, and then Shay, and then after that, I don't know, but there's some. So I will spotlight Jeannie. How are you, Jeannie?
Hey, I'm doing well. It's nice and cool here, but warm. Let's see.
Oh, nice.
It USB drive. USB drive that kind of ended up having me trapped. So a little bit surreal.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
Oh, thank you. Everybody's muted, so this is just dropped on today.
Oh, Sarah's muted. Sarah, can you
Oh,
unmute yourself?
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I was laughing and excited.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing. I love it. It's so fun. Oh, thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks. We'll go to Allison next, then Chris, then Shay. I'll put it in the chat right now. There we go.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, so I actually ended up with enough time to do two sort of abstract comics. My first one was my writing journal, and I focused a lot on I think I focused in a lot on what you were saying about playing with lines. So I just tried to make like an accurate representation of it in the first panel and just gradually broke it down more and more. And then I added color in as well, because I have a bunch of coloring utensils over on my desk. And then for my second one, again, similar thing. I took my wristwatch, started off with a detailed sort of doodle, and then just gradually made it simplistic, and then just started to exaggerate and break down the lines more and more. And yeah, so these were my two abstract comics.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing. That's so cool.
Cool. Thanks, Allison. We'll go to Chris and then Shay next. Here we go.
I don't know if people know what a hacky sack is. I play with my son. So mine was a hacky sack. And then I tried to just, play with the shape a little bit and the seams. And then I tried, I guess, to sort of mutate that a little bit. And then the last panel, it's just a bunch of legs kicking the hacky sack around. But then I realized I could just make the head the hacky sack. So
That was so fun.
that's the idea.
Oh, wow. Cool. I love all the shading. Inception.
Cool. Thanks.
Thanks.
Chris. It's really great. We'll go to Shay next. Let's see. There we go.
Hi, sorry, clicking these things, figuring this out.
Hello.
So this is what I drew, and this is like me on my computer, on my laptop, and I really spent a lot of time on it today. So it's like the hours just fly by. And then after a while, it's like my brain and the laptop are starting to look more like each other as I enter into it. And then I just kind of feel like this is me. I'm just this weird blob. And now I'm in here inside the laptop. And then this is like dinner's ready and my stomach grumbling. But I found what I was looking for in there and it was really meaningful and everything, but that's all in me. And now my body's calling me back. So and I didn't know what I was going to do at first. I just knew the laptop, but then this all kind of just came out through it. So I was like, I'm just going to go with that.
Oh my God. That's great. I really love that. Somehow it's very relatable. I'm like, yeah. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Okay, we'll go to Kari next. Let's see. There we go. I can't hear you yet. Don't know why. Hang on.
Sorry, that was my fault. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. So I've never shared before and I don't really draw, but I was inspired by my vertical mouse because I have carpal tunnel. I can show you the actual mouse. That's like this type of a shape.
Cool.
And then it started to look like a thumb here. And then I started to envision it as this like creature that was mad that I was playing with it. And then I was comforting it with my hand, like, we're gonna go make stuff.
Cool idea. Thank you for sharing.
Super cool. Thank you. All right. Walter's next and then Linda. Here we go.
So I was one of the people who said it moved into surrealism rather than abstract. So that's my coffee cup, just sort of doing a dolly thing.
Very cool. I love the water stayed together.
I like the people that actually went into other shapes and I just couldn't get myself out of there.
Thank you for
Cool,
sharing.
Walter. Thanks. All right, we'll go to Linda and Karen, then Cal and AT. There we go.
Okay, I did if you can see it, the liquid hand soap, and then it's funny, people were doing dishes, I guess, or something, but I got to a bubble thing here because it just looked like faucet and water coming down. And I thought, all the times we've been washing our hands during COVID, I thought, take that, COVID. So it was fun. This is a good exercise.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Awesome. Thanks, Linda. Okay, we'll go on over to Karen. There we go.
Okay. I drew a plant that was right in front of me, and then it kind of looked like nails, like kind of weird hands, fingers. And then I just kept going, and I don't know why, but then I drew a knife. I was feeling really free, and then I kind of the knife I continued even though I was here, and I thought it'll all work out. And then all of a sudden, I was like, "What the hell am I doing?" I was really relaxed and getting into it, and then I just felt I didn't even literally know what a knife, the bottom part, looked like. I froze, and so I wrote "stuck again" just when I don't know, just when I was starting to relax, and then I wrote "the end."
Nice. I'm glad you used colors. That's really cool.
Fantastic. Cool. We've got Cal next. Let's see. There we go.
All right, hi. So I did I don't know, mine is kind of like a simple concept, but basically it was like this pink princess variety of a plant I have. And then I thought about the spots sort of starting to come off of it and then the words disintegrating. And then they just turned into little like plant people.
Cool.
And I rearranged the text to say, started out saying one day and then it says Nadia at the end, like they're partying.
Party plants.
Wait, is that an anagram? So it starts off, it's the same letters? Oh my God.
Yeah, I had a little section on my paper where I like worked out what I was gonna make the anagram, so.
Cool.
Amazing. Cool. Thanks so much. Okay, we're gonna go AT, Erica, Sherry, Kate.
Hi. I chose my cat. This stuff was here before. My cat, and then she got a more loopy tail and more loopy and more legs, and then like ultimate squiggly octopus god form there. And yeah, this is like how it was interesting to start from like a figurative place. Because this is like how I usually draw abstract wise, and I really like doing abstract comics. And here's like a one when I'm not starting with like a, but I was not very creative because I also did a workshop with Liana Fink earlier this week, and she asked us to design like a deity, and I did my cat Pando is like a spider, so it's I'm not straying too far from familiar subject matter, but it was fun. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for sharing.
Awesome. Terrific. Okay, we'll go to Erica next.
Okay, I'm not. Okay, so I did super simple. So I started off with my body lotion and then I just morphed the lines a little bit, and then it kind of looked like pizza to me.
Yeah.
And then I just had the crust left over.
That's so fun. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks. Okay, we're gonna go to Sherry, Kate, Meredith, Christina. So here's Sherry.
Mine it started as my coffee cup, and then I just started rotating the handle, and then pretty soon it turned into a swimming pool ladder, and then my hand kind of touching the water.
Aw. Wow. That's inviting.
Yeah, it's really nice. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna go to Kate. Kate, there we go.
So mine started out as a drawing of the little ink thing in the stone, like the Chinese ink. And then I just kind of abstracted it a little bit. And then I thought it maybe looked kind of like a comb, and that these things could be like a curl or something. And then I just kind of went back to this block shape a little bit and wanted it to just be sort of like, just was thinking about the way that I like to swirl that ink stone into that ink bar into that little bowl, and how I find it really soothing and generative when I'm drawing. And then I used the ink to actually ink the.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. That was a fun exercise.
Love that. Thanks, Kate. Okay, we're gonna go to Meredith, Christina, Janine, Pamela. Here's Meredith.
Yeah, I started with a swing top. Ooh, yeah. Swing top bottle, and sort of abstracted it into like a little person, and then yeah, decided what were they crying about, and it was a broken bottle.
Oh man. Oof.
Yeah.
It's very emotive.
Yeah, that third panel, right? Oh my gosh.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks. Okay, we'll go to Christina next. Here we go.
So there's my seltzer can and glass of seltzer with ice cubes. And then I did a coffee cup too. And then I did all these, the ovals from the top of the cup and the coffee, and turned it into ovals and rectangles, and did the little steamy swirls. And then I kind of just, did that to the nth degree down here. And then it turned into ball and chain, which is me and my coffee.
Beautiful contrast. Wow. Yeah. Thank you.
Ball and chain. I love that. All right. Going to Janine, Pamela, and then Vicky. And that might be it, unless Jamie's out there.
Hi there. So here's my little abstracts. There's my poodle Dijon and koala kitty. I don't know. Wow. Good morrow. So I started off with my trusty toothbrush with some green toothpaste, and then it's working hard, and I don't know, I just drew it really squiggly, and then I thought, oh, maybe it's not an electric toothbrush, but it's moving. But then I just kind of went to brushy brush. And then I went to, it became this like knight in shining armor, and it's like has a shield, and it's like, I'm your toothbrush. Yeah.
Oh, fun. That's really fun. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, we're going to go to Pamela.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay, I started off with by drawing my stove, which I cook a lot, so I drew facing my stove with implements, et cetera, the counter. And the next panel, I started abstracting a little bit to just the shapes and kind of started focusing on the oven door.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the third panel, I opened the oven door and suddenly it looked like maybe like a mouth, which takes in pizza or whatever I'm making, muffins or whatever, kind of like a trap door. And by the end of the panel, I just had like a, like a monster or just something eating with its mouth open, ready to eat whatever I put in next.
I love it.
Anyway.
Feeding the oven. Thank you.
Thanks, Pamela. Okay, we'll go to Vicky, and then Candy, and then Susanna. Let's see. Oh, I lost Vicky.
No, I'm here.
Oh,
I lowered my hand. Do I need to re-raise it?
yeah, that would help actually. There we go. Okay. There we go.
So I have this wonderful bell that I found at a thrift store a long time ago. And so I drew the bell. It says tidings on it. And then I took that apart and I took all the etching that was on it and I created the letters, and then an ear, which I've never drawn before. And then it just turned into sound. So thank you very much. It was so much fun.
Yeah, fun. Thank you.
So cool. Thank you. All right. We'll go to Candy, and then Susanna.
Hi. Okay. So I used this pen here as my object and sort of was emoting about today's Supreme Court decision. And I don't think I actually have to give any explanation except, is this backwards?
You're good.
Forwards.
Oh, okay. That's basically just a sum up of my emotion.
Really powerful.
Thank you.
That reminds me that as a reminder, people can share on social media with the hashtag Friday Night Comics, and we'll all be able to see it again. That'd be great. Thanks, Candy. And we'll go to Susanna next.
Okay, so I'm finishing trying to draw it in, but I was this was my pink N95. I was so excited to find a summer cheerful N95, and I started with it. I kind of am going to need to cover these with try to make it look more realistic, but this is all the product writing on it, just explaining it's NIOSH and everything. And then I kind of abstracted, didn't know what was going on, and it looked kind of like this kind of the mask straps look sort of like made me think of a horse. And then I realized, oh no, wait, it's a mule. And then I realized, oh no, it's a donkey. And then it became a whole political thing. And I actually wrote about something that had happened earlier this week, where some people drove by while I was walking down the street with my N95s. And this is them yelling. They're going, fucking master, fuck you fucking fuck. So it became a target of GOP bullying.
Sorry that happened to you.
Thank you.
Oh, Susanna, thanks. I'm gonna spotlight Sarah again. Sarah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
This is so fun, and it's so inspiring. You see so many like new kinds of comics and just new things kind of emerge from people.
Mm-hmm.
I get the impression that a lot of people were surprised by like what they came up with, and pleased and surprised. I mean, it's easy to be surprised, right? Oh,
no.
but pleased and surprised is a nice combination, and I don't know. I just think when making comics, it's so nice to like have that moment where something appears on your own page under your pen or whatever. That's surprising. That's so nice, isn't it?
It's exciting.
Yeah. So thanks so much. Do you have any final thoughts for us, or anywhere you'd like us to send us? I didn't know you were part of Silver Sprocket, by the way. I love Silver Sprocket, but I didn't know you were part of that. So that's really awesome.
Yeah. If you're in San Francisco, come by. I need to get better at self-promotion. I don't know. My most recent book was The World Ends with a Poot. There's not abstract elements in it, but I do have a collection of abstract comics called Brain Mush, and you can find all of those on my website and Instagram, or at our Silver Sprocket's like online store. I would love I forgot to share my last slide, which was like, please share what you made today, and use the hashtag Friday Night Comics, and tag me or Saw, because I want to, these were so exciting. I got really excited looking at all these. It's been a very heavy day. So please take care of yourselves and your community. Yeah, thank you for coming.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Sarah. So I've got you in there as Maloney Doodles. It's up there. Also, Susan always hosts an after party for people who want to go to another Zoom after this and talk and chat. There's the link right there. It's 8:01. So Sarah, I'm just going to go to gallery view. I'm going to ask everybody to unmute themselves and just say thank you. And so
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank
you, Sarah.
so much. So fun.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hooray.
Thank
you.
Wait,
sorry.
Saw some good people. Thank you. Hi. Have a good night.
Good night.
Night.
Bye.
See you all on the internet.
The internet.
I
All right.
guess.
Bye, Aleph. Bye, Aleph.
I just finished it.
Send it to us.
Okay, I'll send you a picture. I can.
Wait, I'll spotlight you real fast. Nobody else has to stay if they don't want.
Oh, I'm staying.
All right. I'm
So
sure.
this is such freedom, because I always wanted to do things like take two pictures and deconstruct them over and layer over and over.
Ooh.
Cut 2 pages of the magazine and just cut shapes and layer. It's just so cool. Such fun, Sarah. Thank you.
Thank you. I love you did collage. Awesome. It's amazing.
It was so much fun.
Oh.
Awesome. Thanks, Aleph.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. We didn't get to see Mishka's this week, so maybe online. All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks.
Just like that.
Oh, yeah. Nice, Walter.
Thank you, Tom. I
Thanks,
appreciate
Sarah.